Good evening, Creative Presentations. My name is Christopher Topol, and I am here to tell you a story about a work of art that resonated with me. When I was a kid, I was very rebellious. I usually spent my days going around the neighborhood looking for trouble, watching movies I shouldn't be watching, and playing video games. Now, around this time, people were still renting VHS tapes from video rental stores, and they just started releasing video games that you could rent, which was amazing back then. And I was super excited. I did it all the time, and my dad would never buy me a video game because of the fact that I could just rent one. So one Christmas, my aunt bought me a video game called The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. It was still fairly new for the Super Nintendo, so it was okay, but I was super excited about the fact that it was mine. I got to keep it, I could play it whatever I wanted. Very exciting time for me. So when I got back home, I woke up one day bored. It was still Christmas break, so I didn't have any school, and my father was still at work, so I could do whatever I want. So I looked around at my Christmas presents, and I saw the video game. Now, I wasn't too excited about it. It kind of sounded girly. I mean, it's called The Legend of Zelda. What do I care about some chick named Zelda? You know? But I had nothing better to do that day, so I popped the game out, blew in the cartridge, stuck it in, and pushed on. The first thing that I saw and heard was this. Such beautiful, sweet, harmonious music. Oh my gosh, it was so heavenly. I've never experienced anything like it before. And before you know it, gosh, this sick looking sword comes down and blows your mind, captivating it entirely. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. I was so in love. So I continued on. I mean, yeah, this game probably has a really cool opening, but it's still probably lame, right? No. You start off with this boy laying in a bed, and all of a sudden he hears this princess calling to him, asking for help, pleading. Before you know it, you're outside of the house, pouring down rain. There's guards surrounding this entire huge monster castle, and you gotta sneak away in to help her escape. And guess what? That's just the beginning. You not only have to save the princess, you gotta save the whole world of Hyrule. You gotta take in mind that around that time in the early 1990s, you didn't get story concepts with games. The most you got was taking a joystick and going from left to right, battling spaceships, or moving a tennis ball. That was about as good as it got. This was revolutionary. I got a taste of something that I never tasted before. It completely changed my life. And I started realizing while I was playing the video game that I wasn't just some kid playing a video game. I was finally starting to understand what it was that I wanted to do when I grew up. The mere fact that I just happened upon the game and gave it a chance is the very reason that game was around in the first place. The creator, Shigeru Miyamoto, when he was a kid growing up in Japan, he used to play around his neighborhood, which happened to have forests and mountains and little caves that he liked to go in and adventure in. He brought the idea to his superiors at his work, and it became one of the best-selling video games of all time. I mean, the mere fact that I'm a college student at Full Sail University right now has come from those same principles. I think about that game every day of my life, and I take what I've learned from that game and bring it into my life. Whenever I take a risk and I display that same hope, courage, wisdom, and power, my world and my life is filled with peace and harmony. And when I don't, my world is dark, desolate, filled with evil, and does absolutely nothing to help keep me alive and happy. I think about this game every day, and I just wanted to thank you for taking the time to listen to my story. I hope you fill your life with adventure, and I leave you with this question. Are you willing to take a risk for a brighter tomorrow? Who knows? One day you might even save the world, even if that world's only your own.